Hi, I hope you're having a good day. I'm Violet Dawn, and let's get into it. I'm going to give you an update on what I've heard today about what's going on with the lawsuit that Donald Trump filed against the Murdoch family and the Wall Street Journal, which is ultimately Fox News. Also, it's growing bigger, and the storyline isn't being spread out the way Donald Trump thought it would go. Because usually when he says he's going to sue somebody, which he always does when somebody speaks out against him, it has not flipped the storyline in his way, and let's see what's going to happen now. It wasn't an alleged story that the Wall Street Journal printed, by the way. It was a story. And obviously there was much fact-finding before Mr. Murdoch gave the journalist permission to write it, because we all knew that he would get sued, just like the other stations where everyone's getting fired or sued. So it is not just a story, y'all. Jeffrey Epstein was a pedo, and all the victims, there's so many, they're numbered, which is heartbreaking to me to hear them say their number. I mean, Donald Trump claims he didn't know the pedo. Meanwhile, there's people that know they were like best friends for 15 years. They had a lot in common, money and women. And it seems to me like they would do whatever they could to get the most that they can. So he's suing the Murdoch family and the Wall Street Journal now. And today it turns out that the judge that got randomly picked for the case in Miami, Florida, which is where Donald Trump wanted the case to be, in a random pick, it was Darren Gales that got picked to be the judge over this case, which is, thank you God, some good news, because apparently Darren Gales, an honest man, and he's gonna do the right thing here. A lot of people are saying, well, why not go to Elaine Cannon, woman that she really wanted to be in Pam Bondi's spot, but she's not. And people are saying, why not go to Miss Cannon? People are speculating that Pam Bondi's on her way out the door as far as the administration goes. Really, I should be happy about that, but it looks like Elaine Cannon might be the next person in there, and I don't know. You can't just be replacing people with people like the ones that are already in there that are corrupt and loyalists and don't adhere to the law and everything they swore oath to. Many of the documented stories that were reported in the Wall Street Journal with the doodling birthday note that I reported and posted over the weekend, there's lots more stories from what I understand. And according to the victims, they've spoken out in the Me Too movement, and they've all have a lot of things they say in common, even though they didn't know each other at the time. This went on for many years and has a timeline to it. But the common things I heard was that Donald Trump, when he got introduced to the girls by Epstein, he would move in close and grope them immediately and go even further than that, start moving his hands up to their breasts. And then if they were in private, he would force himself on them, literally force himself on them. And many of them have said this. We all know what he did to Carol, and she won. She won multiple times in the case, so Donald Trump can be beat, and we're counting on this lawsuit that's going to happen in Miami under Judge Gales, who is, by the way, the first out of the closet person that is a judge that was appointed by Obama, and he's black, and he has a quiet temperament. Apparently, you don't mess with him. He doesn't put up with the shit that they're all dishing out, and certainly not in his court. So I have a really good feeling we could count on him and what he decides when the evidence goes before him. A payout to Donald Trump for $787 million with an M dollars, reporting the fraud voting on Fox that Mr. Murdoch's company had to pay out. This is why he's cutting ties with Trump now, because he's had it. He already paid this man $797 million, and it is over now between those two. Game on. The New York Times has been owned for 150 years by the same family, by the way. So they do their job. They don't have to fear of getting fired, like I mentioned earlier, like all the others do. Well, that's about all I want to update today. I just wanted to make it quick. I wanted to let you know what's going on, and I will see you real soon. Please like this video and subscribe if you haven't already, so I could keep talking, because I love updating you with these facts that I bring to the table, because it's just, I put my point of view in there, but I bring you the facts and I tell you how I feel, like who makes me sick. And that's why the channel is called that. So thank you so much again, as usual. Have an awesome day